Okay. Well, do we need to do anything before we start? Do you need any water or anything? You ready? You're
I
good. Okay.
got a Diet Pepsi and a bunch of tissues. So,
Excuse me. We're going to apologize up front for how bad we sound this week. Audio quality wise, not how bad we sound regularly.
yeah, you know what? This is the week we should switch over to the headsets. And then just blame this on the headsets, because the problem is we're on our good microphones, and so now our terrible voices for both of us being sick are coming straight through. By the way, apropos of nothing, I believe this week's show is sponsored by Dayquil.
Hi, toddlers. Welcome to Talking to Todd, a weekly podcast with Dewayne Johnson and Todd Prinz, where failure is always an option. Thanks for joining us. Hey, Todd.
Hey, how's it going?
Pretty good. Pretty good. Pretty good. How are you?
That keeps getting longer and longer every week now. About show 350, it's just going to be you saying pretty good over and over and over again, and then the end theme. And then we'd like to thank Kevin MacLeod and Todd, and that's going to be the entire show. We're going to see how long this
confident.
Yeah.
You're so confident we're going to get to 250.
Yeah, see how I put that number out there? I'm like, how long is this going to take? Yeah, it's fine. Oh, all right. Yeah, let's see how long this show lasts between you, me. I'm going to make liberal use of the cough button on here, so I'm fully expecting similar to what I do all day at work. We're basically on a video call, and I'm expecting at some point I'm going to go on mute to hack up a lung, and then at some point you're going to have to point at me and go, "You're still on mute." Oh yeah, like I don't know how to do this anymore. I mean, pretty much
just like a regular meeting.
That's what I'm saying. Is pretty much my main skill at work now is going on and off of mute. Like everything else is beyond that. Like you got to nail that.
Oh, the thing that I wrote for the cold open, was, did you see? I mean, I wrote one line, "Oh ye of little faith." Did you see that Kanye West officially changed his name this week?
Here's my problem. I'm gonna be honest. I want to be right, and the answer is yes. I actually did see it, but at the same time, I am so disappointed that I have not narrowed my news feed. I should never see that story. I should never, not because I live in a news bubble, but because I don't need any Kanye news. And yet somehow that story got through. And yes, I did see the headline.
Right. Yep.
Do you want to share that with everybody for those who aren't up on the latest Kanye news?
Kanye apparently officially got a judge to legally change his name to Ye. So my guess is there was some kind of confusion about "Oh ye of little faith," and then he went and changed his name. I don't know why. Nobody knows why. Only a few people care. Whatever.
Kanye picked up the phone. Hey, Ocho Cinco, who signed that decree for you? I got an idea.
Feedback, follow up.
Yeah, let's see. On this side, no, not yet. I'm awaiting feedback, but have yet to. Although, here's what I will say. I'm just, you know what? I do have feedback. I think I told you in the pre-show. It makes it sound official. It's mostly before we hit record.
Rehearsal.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That. The 4 hours rehearsal that we do. I listened. I did listen to last week's show, and I have to say, well, I had a couple pieces of feedback. One we'll get to a little later. The other one was, boy, the Brimley line bit. I enjoyed it when we talked about it. I enjoyed listening to it even more. Boy, that delivered twice. Oh, that was good. That was entertaining.
I have to admit I have not yet listened to last week's show. I mean I listened when I edited it, but I only half listen when I edit anyway. Obviously, I mean anybody that listens to this show knows that I clearly only half listen. You know, you get what you pay for. There, 3187. That's what it is. Um, because obviously with last week their endowment only sponsored some editing. There was a little bit of a scramble last week because we were supposed to, and I'm using air quotes here, keep it clean.
I mean, when you say we were supposed to, you said, "Hey, Riley's listening. Riley's 11. We'll keep it clean."
We'll try. We'll try to keep it clean. I said we'll try to keep it clean.
Yeah.
Apparently we didn't try. Well, we didn't try hard enough, and then the editor, didn't.
Yeah,
when I text
your definition of keep it clean at the beginning of the show and about 2/3 of the way through the show, that changed.
Well, I thought it was really, really funny, so I left it in.
Yeah.
And then after after I posted the show, I texted Riley's mom, "Hey, just want to let you know the show's up. You can let Riley know if she didn't already." And her mom responded, "Oh, good. I heard her talking about it with one of her friends this morning." And I went, "Oh, oh." Hey, so then you have the possibility of somebody else listening so that they can hear Riley's name and then that someone else asking their parent, who I absolutely do not know, "What's hookers and blow?" Which was an alternate title for last week's show, Hookers and Blow. If you got the version, if you listened to last week's episode and got the version that included the line about hookers and blow, you were one of 6.
Well,
one of the 6 I know was you.
Well, I'm going to say one of 7 because I downloaded it and then you said it's fixed. And I said, oh, okay. So I deleted my copy and re-downloaded it again and still got that version.
Oh.
It's probably still one of 6. You know what? Internet caching is hard. It's fine. But yeah.
The second person was Doug from Educated Idiots. He got the special release Hookers and Blow version as well. He also said, "Thanks for including me on the stimp meter. I've tried to explain the concept to non-golfers, and it's easier to just say fast greens and slow greens."
Hey, Doug, in 50 words or less, can you explain stimp meter? Fast greens, okay. Slow greens. I'm out.
They are 5 stars and word both on the street and to the mothers on that one.
Oh, wow. They got all the bases covered.
They got them all. Yep. They got it all covered. So, and that text was not sponsored by DJ to Go Cedar Valley, your 5-star DJ service in the Cedar Valley. So there's that. Amy still hasn't listened, so there's no feedback from toddler number 1. Sarah Judson Brown, toddler -18.
Did we get a report from the Great White North?
Yes, she had allergies.
Oh,
she is okay.
Oh, good to know. I mean, admittedly, I think Minnesota is not Canada, but it's, hockey, close enough.
Hey.
Yeah.
So she got her feedback in for this week's show earlier than normal to be included. The Jingle Bell Rock pun was a groaner of a pun, but she agrees with me. on the whole Christmas music before Thanksgiving thing. So she thought the red green quotes were awesome. And she said, awesome show. I am going to take that as we released an awesome show.
Yes. Our show
because she
was
could
awesome
have
show.
our show was awesome. She could have just as easily been referring to the Red Green show as an
Maybe.
awesome show.
It's possible. But
If she wasn't clear, I know how I'm taking it.
Ty goes to the runner. I don't know how that applies here, but sure.
And she crosses the Brimley line on October 21st. So there you go.
The site operator, the Brimley line, is getting an amazingly slight uptick, just a slight uptick in normal traffic. Huh. Did we get linked by like The Verge? No. Oh, like CNN? No. What I would say is a very small podcast, probably based out of the Midwest. Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Probably. Kind of, sort of, maybe.
Do we have any actuallys?
Yes, I referred to Pop Culture Happy Hour as NPR's Pop Culture Happy Hour. No. Okay, so now we have a correction on the correction. Criminy. I referred to Pop Culture Happy Hour as PBS's Pop Culture Happy Hour. It's actually NPR's Pop Culture Happy Hour. So,
got it. Okay.
Yeah. Not sure anybody cares, but when we make a mistake,
you know what? We hold ourselves accountable.
Let's see. Oh, somebody wanted to know the difference between shrimp and prawns.
About $1.50 a pound. Oh, sorry.
Something like that. Yes. And there is actually a difference. They're not the same animal that are just called different things. There is actually a difference between shrimp and prawns, and apparently some people think that they taste different as well. They think prawns may be a little sweeter than shrimp, but whatever. But it's not just a shrimp and mayo sandwich called by another name. It's actually a prawn mayo sandwich, which still sounds awful if you ask me, but whatever.
Oh,
yes.
I just realized I left something off the rundown that relates to that. Sorry. Please continue. And I need to actually
it's not actually they're called actuallys.
Oh, I see. I'm gonna drop a visual gag in here since you brought up the you made a comment about going and getting prawn mayo, and you thought it was like shrimp mayo, right? You'd said that.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. So again, while I was on assignment in England, because I was on assignment, not vacation, this is yet more content. I did do some looking, however, in the grocery store, and I could not find any shrimp mayo. However, I found this, and there are two things that I think you'll notice. The first one is just what is the flavor of this, because this one makes a lot more sense. I think this one probably sounds like it tastes better. But then you're going to notice something else on it that makes you question the entire concept of all of it. And here we go.
What the Okay, people.
Okay, so this is some mayonnaise. And what's the flavor of mayonnaise?
It's not just mayonnaise. It's vegan mayonnaise.
But
that's bacon flavored.
Yeah, right. So let's unwind.
If you're a vegan, but you're craving the taste of bacon, but not actually bacon, boy, have I got a deal for you.
Yeah, so I saw this I was looking at all the mayonnaise, and I was going to find out like the weirdest one I could send to you, and I find Baconnaise. That's literally the name on it. It's Hellman's Baconnaise. And I'm like, haha, that's pretty funny. And then my thought was, yeah, that's actually probably not a bad idea. And then I thought, but wait a minute. It's vegan. What's in this?
Did you take a picture of the ingredients out of curiosity?
Oh, I forgot to. Yeah. No, I did not.
Okay, stay tuned. Next week I'll be on a search for vegan mayo, and we will share ingredients. Or I suppose we could
Vegan
Google it.
vegan bacon mayo. Like
Yes.
I don't like what like there's no part of that is like yeah. Anyway, sorry to derail you, but more content
Oh
from me being
no.
on assignment. All right.
No.
Any other?
I
Yeah.
I've got one other piece of follow-up. If it's possible that some of our fans aren't as familiar with European soccer legends as others, you referenced Zlatan Ibrahimovic,
Yes. Yes, I did. Yeah.
and I believe you said in the most Zlatan Ibrahimovic way possible.
Yes.
You're welcome.
Yes.
And if anybody doesn't know what that reference was, 3 years ago, this guy who has statues of him in his home country.
Yeah, I mean he's a heck of a goal scorer. Yes, he's
Yes.
yes, he was at the top of his game for quite a long time. Yes.
But he thinks he's very good. And
No,
he
no, no, no,
is,
no,
but
no. He doesn't think he's very good. He knows he's very good. Total difference.
because, and this is a quote, I can't help but laugh at how perfect I am.
So
I came in like a king, left like a legend when he left PSG.
when he made a transfer to the U.S. and to play to play for the MLS, the L.A. Galaxy signed him, and to celebrate him arriving at the club, Zlatan took out a full page ad in the L.A. Times as he was arriving, saying, "I'm here. You're welcome."
It was a full page ad that was grand total 5 words. Dear Los Angeles, comma, you're welcome. And his signature. That's it. Full page. Full page. There you are. He thinks he's really good. Sweet Lord.
Can you
Anyway,
imagine on your first? Can you imagine your first day of work, walking in and just like walking in, dropping your bag, and just yelling, I'm here. You're welcome." You still got to get a badge. Okay. All right.
Okay. Okay, man. Hold still. Let me take your picture.
Yeah.
Anyway, so there's that. If you didn't know what that reference was, that's what that reference was. Full disclosure.
You are defining.
I didn't know what that reference was.
Okay. What you're defining is this Venn diagram of people who didn't know that reference but cared. Right? That's a very small.
Yes.
It's a very small
Yes.
window, but yes.
Because most listeners are probably like, huh, wonder what Todd's talking about now.
Yeah.
They'll either clean it up or they won't. Like the cold open from last week. Because we played 2 weeks ago. 3 weeks ago. We played the cold open and then we forgot to say
Explain
what the
it.
picture was.
Yeah. We'll get around to it eventually.
Because that episode, Amy and I actually did listen together. And she's like, what the hell are you talking about? Are you not gonna what did you send him? I'm like, just wait for it. We'll clean it up eventually. So there's that.
It's creative tension. We were drawing it out. So,
and here, look at us 20 minutes into the podcast already, and we haven't hit any main topics. Tech Corner.
Yeah. Did you texted me? Did you want to cover the Tech Corner on the show, or did you want to cover the Tech Corner offline?
I don't know. Apparently Apple released some new Macs and there's some questions about how confusing their chip names are again.
Yes. Yeah. So here's what I will say. You gave me some homework for this because you said
I did.
There was a question from the audience.
There was, in 50 words or less.
Yeah.
What's the difference between these chips?
which I got to be honest, 50 words or less is really killing me because there's a lot of nuance here. However, basically what I'm going to say, I didn't write out the 50 words, basically. So I'm gonna do a setup and then I'm gonna answer it. Right there's Apple now has 3 chips: the M1, the M1 Pro, and the M1 Max. Why is that confusing to anybody? I don't understand. Just buy a computer. Anyway, what's the difference on the 3 chips? Here's the answer. It isn't actually true, but it's close enough. Think about
It's the horseshoes answer. That's fine.
It's fine. If you're interested, quite frankly, if anybody is interested in buying these in this question, just contact me and I'll walk you through it. But the answer is, think about each chip as being doubled. Each chip doubles as you go up. Just doubles.
The processing power, the number of chips, the amount of
kind of all of it. Almost everything doubles as you go up. The amount of RAM doubles. The amount of GPU cores doubles. The amount of transistors sort of doubles. The performance on certain things doubles. That's not exactly true, but realistically, each chip doubles, more or less. And you don't need to buy anything but the base model unless you're doing like video. There you go. That's it. There.
Does what we do count?
This? Oh, no.
Okay. Because we are doing video. I can see you. There's video.
Yeah. I'm saying like producing and
like
editing.
Processing video? Like rendering video?
Rendering
okay, thank
video.
You. Rendering video.
Yeah. Everything else, these things, the base model. Oh, and also think about, when you think about double, think about price. Think about price. Double.
Okay. So now that clears it up.
Everything doubles.
Cool. Excellent. That's not bad. About 2 minutes. That's a nice little dip into Tech Corner. That's great. Awesome.
That'll be easy for you to edit and drop that out and gain us 2 minutes back. So that'll be good.
Welcome to hell. What is this? What fresh hell is this?
Yes. Okay.
That's what I am fond of saying.
So the main topic for tonight. This is Tech Corner adjacent, but oh my goodness.
Okay, hold on. Can we put a pin in this for a second?
Sure.
Because I feel like I need to go get a beer before we do this. Hold on. That's both real and for effect, by the way. Okay, hit me.
Did you wash out that glass upside down before you poured that beer? Okay, anyway, that's fine.
Nice callback. Excellent.
So as we talked about, I ordered the new iPhone, and that meant I had to send my old one in. I traded it in through Apple, and this became, when we talk about like either things go well or it's content.
Yeah.
This became so much content that I can't stand it. So what they're supposed to do is they send you, when you say you want to trade in your phone, they send you a trade-in kit, which is a box with a return label, and you have 14 days to return this thing. Well, I started getting, I was in England. I got back. I needed to send this back in. I was a little concerned because it said that it had arrived while we were gone, but I couldn't see it on my camera that shows all the delivery stuff. Like I thought it was missing. So from England, I actually started chatting with Apple and said, I don't think that this is here. Can you send me a new kit? And they said, no. Once we send you a kit, even if it's missing, we can't help you. You have to take it to a store and drop it off. And I said, but the closest store for me is more than 100 miles away. And they're like, well, I would get driving. They didn't say that, but that's what they meant. So when
that sounds more like a you problem.
Yeah. Well, I don't. Does Greyhound go there? So then when we return, I did find the kit, but the kit was not. it did get delivered, but it was not in a shape to be mailed back in. There was some damage to this box. And
Okay.
2 years ago, when I did this exact thing, I mailed in my phone and they were supposed to give me, I don't know, like $350. And they said, congratulations, we'll give you $100 because your phone is damaged. I went, no.
Whoa.
That was in pristine shape. Like, I'd had it for 2 years in a case. It was fine. I reject your offer, send it back to me, and I'm expecting the screen is cracked or whatever, and they sent it back to me, and it was perfectly fine. I don't know why they downgraded it. But now I'm looking at this damaged box, and I don't want to send my phone in this box. So I check with Apple, like, Apple, your return kit is damaged. I need a new, can you just send me a label or something? Like, I need to, and they said, nope, can't do it. You have to take it to a store. Okay, well, now the clock is ticking because I only got a couple of days before the scary email tells me that that the value expires and everything gets undone. Fine. So I get in the car, drive 120 miles to my local Apple store.
One way.
Yeah. Good couple hours. It's nice to get out, enjoy the fresh air.
Catch up on your old talking to Todds. There you go.
Actually, that's exactly how I got caught up. Okay, so I go into the store and there's a nice gentleman there. How can I help you? Welcome to Apple. How can I help you? I'm like, I have a phone and my trading kit it kind of got destroyed. So I need to trade it in by dropping it off here. And he says, oh yeah, we don't do that here. And I said, excuse me, what? And he goes, you need to call support and they need to send you another kit. Now at this point, I'm annoyed because I've driven 2 hours. I'm doing what Apple told me to do. And now Apple's telling me, oh, no. Moose out front should have told you park's closed.
Moose out front should have told you.
So I said, I called support. You need to call support. I did that. And they told me to come here. And his answer was, well, they told you the wrong answer. We don't do that. So I said, okay, all right. Now what do I do? He said, well, we can take a trade-in, but it won't be tied to your trade-in. So we can process it here, but then you're going to have to contact them and let them know that the trade-in that you were going to do no longer is valid. You can get your money, but it won't be tied to your thing. And what I wanted to say is, call who? Who do I contact? Who? Anyway.
Well, and then if it's not tied to your thing, whose thing is it tied to? You're the only one with things.
Yeah, you're right. Like, I don't understand how any of this works. And by the way, I will say this. I have dealt with Apple for a very long time, and they have fixed a number of problems, some of which I've caused, most of which they have caused. I have never...
Admittedly, some of which I have caused.
Right. Yeah. Right.
Full disclosure.
Right? Yeah, that's why I buy Apple Care, right? Like, I don't know what happened, but that ain't right. Can you just fix that? I've never had somebody from Apple I've never had Apple basically go, I don't know, but not my problem. And never had anybody from Apple ever point fingers. Okay, fine. So I go do the trade-in, do all of this. They give me my money back, and they basically give me a credit, which now means, again, my previous trade-in, which was going to give me lower monthly payments, I'm now going to have higher monthly payments or whatever. Fine. I got my money back. This will cause problems, whatever. But the other part of this is part of the trade-in was money back from Apple, which I now have, not in the way that I thought I was going to get, but it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah.
And I'm also supposed to get money back from my mobile carrier, T-Mobile, because they all have these huge incentives to keep you either switch or stay.
Yeah,
so I'm supposed
in.
to.
We talked about that.
Yeah. So I'm supposed to get like $500 over the next 2 years in bill credits for credit for trade-in. And I'm thinking, oh boy, if I screwed this up, I wonder how I'm supposed to get those linked. I don't.
That's a good. Yeah.
Well, then I get this email telling me, hey, by the way, you're supposed to go to T-Mobile and go to this website at promotions.tmobile.com and fill out the promotion that says that you traded in your phone so that you can get this credit. I'm like, well, okay. I mean, it'll tie to phone numbers and
Right.
IMEI numbers, and it'll all be fine.
Right. And I did trade it in. Sure. Okay.
I got proof. Like, this is, I told Lisa,
Right.
I'm like, this didn't go very well, and I bet you I'm going to be on the phone with somebody for a while. But
Yeah.
I met all the requirements, so I go fill out the form online. Now, this is where I made a mistake. Okay, I have been on the T-Mobile site a lot in the last month for reasons, and what I will tell you is every place on the T-Mobile site that you go to, every single place has all of our phone numbers in a very specific order. Primary numbers first, then another number, and then based off of when we added numbers. Everything is always in the same order. So I submitted the promotion, and I picked the line it was on, did all of this, hit submit, and then it said, congratulations, here's what you submitted. Dope. The promotions website does not follow the same order of lines as everything else on the T-Mobile site. And instead of my number being first, it's Lisa's phone number is now first. So now I've submitted this under the wrong phone number. Uh-oh. Well, that's going to cause
that's going to be a problem.
Okay. You know what? No problem. All right.
In stereo. That's going to be a problem. That ain't right.
No problem. Yeah. That's a thing. You know what? No big deal. I'll just submit a new one with the right one, and then the old one will error out. Well, when I put in the IMEI number of my phone, the web form says you've already submitted a promotion on this phone. Okay. At the bottom of it says, if you have any questions, contact us here. You know what? Here's what I need to do. I'm not even going to ask them to change the phone number. All I need them to do is cancel this submission. Can you just cancel it? Just cancel this submission, and then I can put the right one in. And then magic will happen and everything will work.
Right.
So I get on a call and I talk to somebody. And you know when you're on text and you're texting support and you know that it's a bot because you get this blurb of text like, thank you for contacting us today. It's very important, blah, blah, blah. The person I was talking to on the other end of this phone line was absolutely a human person. But their job is miserable because the script that they have to read is generated from a bot. So this is the type of conversation. Thank you for calling T-Mobile. We value that you have been a customer for over 6 years. Thank you so much. I hope you're having a great day. What can we do for you? Hey, listen, I submitted this promotion thing and I put the wrong phone number in. So all I need to do is just cancel this promotion. I have the number. I hear that you have a problem with a promotion submission. I know how difficult that could be, and I will work my best to try to get through this with you. Our goal is to provide great customer service. Okay.
Okay.
So what can I do for you? Okay. So I submitted this form and I have the number. Can you cancel it for me? That sounds very frustrating. I can see why you would need some help for that. Our goal is to provide great customer service. Let me see if I can access the form. Do you have the number? Yes. Here's the number. Thank you so much for giving me the number. That is incredibly helpful. Oh my God. Anyway.
At that point, not only are you giving her the number, but you can also give her the Philly special.
Maybe, probably. Like, I understand you have to read this script, but could you read it faster? Like, just like, let's go. Like, I just form cancel. Can you just access the form and cancel? 25 minutes. And we've made no progress. And I literally get, what form are you referring to?
Oh, sweet Lord.
At which point I hang up. I stand up out of Studio A. I walk out into the hallway between Studio A and Studio B. And I just yell one word. Long. At which point Lisa says, "Thanks, Roy Kent."
I bet she didn't take you for ice cream afterwards either.
She did not. No. Okay. So you know what? This is still on me. This is my mistake. I did
Yep.
this. I have to clean this up.
Yeah.
So I happen to know by reading some stuff on Reddit that if you want help from T-Mobile, you never call support. The T-Force support group that is on Twitter through direct message have like superpowers. And I've used them before, and they're incredibly great. I mean, they're just like, if you need help, if you have T-Mobile
there.
Well, I don't want to go straight. I don't want to go straight to the top. Like that's the that's
don't want to play that.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Why play that card if you don't have to? Don't want to play that one too many times.
How hard could it be? How hard could it be? Here's the form number. Can you just cancel the submission? Oh, I got to go to the experts for this. Okay. So now I'm on Twitter direct messaging and I'm explaining to the guy. And by the way, his name was Matt. He's from Maine. Want to know how I was doing? Okay. And I explained to him what's going on. And I submitted this thing, and here's the form, and I just need to cancel it. And he goes, well, instead of canceling it, why don't I just change the phone number for you? You know what?
Even better.
Even better. I didn't even suggest it, but if you can do that, that would be great. So then he does some looking, and he goes, oh, bad news. Did you order the phone from us or from Apple? Ordered from Apple. Oh, yeah. So we can't see orders. We can't get into the place that the orders came from Apple. So you need to contact Apple support.
Oh, for the love of Mike.
And then I say this. Okay, let me just be clear. I filled out a form on tmobile.com and I made a mistake. And you want me to contact Apple support and ask them if they can make a change to a form on T-Mobile. Yep, I think that's what we're going to need to do. Let me know how it goes. And I'm thinking, if I call Apple and say, I know this is going to sound weird. Can you guys update some information on T-Mobile for me? I'm now going to be one of those calls that gets cut out, and put on the break room wall for morons that called customer support.
Oh, you absolutely are.
But I know how it's going to go. I'm going to call, I haven't done this yet. I'm going to call Apple support and I'm going to say, I have a problem with T-Mobile. And they're going to say, I can't help you. Do you know where you need to go? Apple Store.
Oh. Well, hey, the good news is I'm going to be near that Apple Store in about 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So if push comes to shove, when you come up to do the live recording in a couple weeks, we can stop in and you can say hi to your friends at the Apple Store.
Hi, everybody. I'm back. I think you know my counsel. The support person from T-Mobile also had another way of addressing this.
Okay.
This sounds like a winner. Oh boy. Here's what we're going to do. Just let it play out. Let them deny your claim. And once it's denied, then we can go back and fight it. Oh yeah.
Fine.
Because
that's not a bad plan, actually.
Well, when dealing with a phone tree, hi, I need to, hi, I have my claim got denied. Oh, that must be really unfortunate. We're here to help you. Oh, no.
No, you're really not. We all know you're not.
Yeah,
you're not.
Nobody's, no. So anyway, that's how I spent my week, talking to Apple, T-Mobile, and supposed to be Apple, all because a box. I just needed a new box. That's all I needed. Anyway, again, not what I'm used to with Apple. Kind of took me by surprise. Anyway, there you go. make sure boxes are delivered well, and double check forms is what to learn from here. So I see where, yeah.
I will pass this along to Lucas because um, he traded in his XR for a 13
Yeah.
on Verizon. And when you do it directly through Verizon, they will give you credits to pay off the phone. So it costs you nothing to trade that XR in for
Except
a
your soul.
13.
Oh, sorry.
Well, yes, but they were going to have my soul for the next 24 months anyway.
So really, what's the deal? Yeah, and what's the
That's pretty much where I fell, because that phone's not gaining any value, and you could trade it in right now and get a brand new one for money that we're going to pay anyway. What's the catch? Well, the level of plan that we were on didn't qualify for the trade-in, so we had to go up by $10 a month. But at the end of the day, for $10 a month, that, what the hell? Let's face it, we're going to pay anyway. He got a new phone as opposed to one that's 3 years old. So hopefully, he also told us that he traded in. He did ship off his phone to trade it back in. Hopefully, that goes better than your experience did.
I mean, I've traded in a MacBook Pro through this exact process, like a much bigger, much more expensive thing. I've done that. It works just fine. So it does work, just apparently not with my phones.
This week, I'm gonna jump to what I learned this week, because this is a nice transition right now.
Okay.
I traded in the old iMac that we used to record on, because
Yes.
as we know, I upgraded to a new Mac Mini, and I took the iMac that I had and I sold it to sellyourmac.com. And they said, what condition is it in? And it wasn't, let's not say it was pristine, because it wasn't pristine, but it was in really, really, really good shape. So I marked the like new box, and it sends me a warning saying only 2% of machines that we get back are like new. If your machine has any kinds of blemishes of any sort, please mark it as fair, or whatever the next level down was. I'm like, you know what? If I mark it as fair, they're never going to upgrade me to like new. I'm marking it as like new, and I shipped it in. And today, I got the notice that they took it as like new plus a $40 bonus. Woohoo! I know, right? All of which kind of paid for the big widescreen monitor that I'm looking at you on right now. So, what did I learn this week? Mark it as like new. If it's questionable, mark it as like new, and let them call the difference.
Let them be the one that marks it down.
Right.
I will say, I'm glad that worked out well for you. It sounds like it was a great experience. You used the money to sort of get the new equipment. I'm a little sad because I thought that was slated for the Talking to Todd Museum in Tuba City. That was going to be the showcase of this is where it all started.
It was too. Oh, that's too bad. For the low price of $345, you could have had it too.
Well, what's going to be really weird though is when we do a complete reconstruction of your office in the Tuba City office, where like they're in the presidential offices with the Oval
all the
office.
Clutter. Is the clutter going to be included?
Oh,
because that's what clutter. Amy. At this point, Amy's like, it's so messy. Just close the door, right?
Yeah.
The museum in Tuba City is going to be a closed door with a recording sign on it. Yeah. Because nobody's allowed in there.
That's pretty much it. Yeah. Well, that'll be easier to decorate.
Oh, sweet Lord. Are we ready to move on?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
What are you watching?
Let's see. These are a couple of things that we've watched in the past that are back again. So there is and I think this has been out for a few weeks probably. There's a new season of the Great British Baking Show. known as here in the U.S. In England, it's known as the Great British Bake Off. So we started watching that. It's always exciting to watch people bake cakes in a tent. Lots of drama. Actually, not as much drama. Anyway, it's nice. You know what? It's a show. It's a show where people are competing and they help each other because they just want to help each other. Anyway, that's nice. And this is becoming now a recurring bit on here. The movies that made us on Netflix. I don't even understand. I don't think they know what seasons are anymore. Because
I think you're right.
Because we watched Elf, I believe, around Christmas, and Elf was part of season 3. Actually, we watched Nightmare Before Christmas. Yeah. So we watched Nightmare Before Christmas and
Wasn't
Elf.
that season 2?
Well, who knows? It's
Well,
kind of
there
hard to
was
tell.
the holiday movies there was the movies that made us. The first season 1 was the movies that made us, right?
Oh, yeah. I
and
see what they've
season
done.
2 was the holiday movies that made us.
Nope. There's a season 1.
What'd they do?
There's a season 1. There's a season 2. They did holiday movies that made us, but now they've taken those 2 out of the holiday movies that made us and shoved them into season 3. Anyway, there's more. There's more of season 3. And given the timing, some of them are Halloween related. So I believe these are all new. Coming to America, Aliens, RoboCop. Okay. And then you get Nightmare on Elm Street, Friday the 13th, and Halloween. So we watched Coming to America and Aliens. And what I will say is, like any good telling of any movie, the number of people that hated other people on these sets, it's amazing.
God.
Like, you start watching these documentaries and you realize that it's amazing we ever get any movies, because every movie is just on the razor thin edge of screw it, I'm done. That's it. I'm out.
Did you know that John Landis and Eddie Murphy came to blows?
I did not. I do now.
I do now. I didn't either. So if you look at my note of things that we're watching, the second thing,
yeah,
it says horror, because I didn't want to tell you that I've been watching the horror movies that made us.
Got it. There you go. Yeah.
And I've watched everything. I've watched everything in season 3. I watched the Friday the 13th one, which I never watched any of the movies. The Halloween one, never watched any of those movies. Never watched any of the Nightmare on Elm Street movies, but I'm familiar with the genre. And Jason versus Michael Myers versus Freddy Krueger. And then in one instance, Freddy versus Jason, I think. Maybe I have that wrong. I don't know. Anyway, they are interesting how they came about. And I like this series. It's a whole lot of fun. So yeah, we watched, at least I don't think Amy's made it through all of these. The Aliens one was fantastic. The little snippet about, have you watched the Aliens one yet?
Yes, we
did. They
watch
wrote
that
this
one.
entire script. They wrote the script for Aliens 2, and they were all ready to go, and nobody had talked to Sigourney Weaver yet. Oops.
I think the piece out of that one, again, not to give anything away, but the piece out of that one that's amazing is James Cameron. This is not the amazing piece, because you hear this from multiple people. James Cameron basically pissed off every single person on that movie set hated him and couldn't stand him. And if they couldn't stand him, or if it wasn't him, then it was his wife, who was the producer. And everybody hated those two and couldn't stand him. And he managed to eventually piss off so many people that production was going to literally shut down. And the only person, like, how much does this fall into the actual Aliens movie? The only person who could solve this, who had to go to the big bad boss, James Cameron, and tell him to knock it off and that he screwed up and he's got to be nice to people, is Sigourney Weaver.
Right. Once again, Sigourney Weaver saves the day.
You know what? I want to be paid. I'll go talk to him. Anyway. Yeah. So there you go. Okay, so that was one of the things that you've watched. What else have you been watching?
Is not what I'm watching, but what's being watched in my house. And the reason I was a couple of minutes late to this session here was because The Bachelorette's on.
Do we need to adjust the recording schedule to make room for that?
Oh, sweet Lord, no. Apparently the lady that is the Bachelorette this season played women's basketball for Bradley.
Okay.
So there's kind of a tie to our household here, sort of, kind of, not really, but yes. And one of the, I don't know, what do you call them, gentleman callers? I don't watch The Bachelorette.
Goodness. Wow. Yeah. I will say this: if gentleman callers is in your vocabulary, I don't think you're in the demo for that show. Do you have a gentleman caller at the door?
Long time listener, first time caller. I don't know. Used to play for the Chicago Bears. So Amy heard about this on the Hogan Johns podcast, which is on The Athletic, and decided that she was going to watch this. So it was on in our house. I wasn't watching, but there was some intrigue, so I was kind of half watching and then couldn't step away to get here to the taping on time. Sorry.
I would say there's punishment in your future, but I think you've been punished enough.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. May I not have another?
So this week I learned that I am glad that I don't live on 15th Street in San Francisco. Admittedly, I learned this from a news story.
Okay.
There is a block of 15th Street in San Francisco that is a single block that dead ends. And for the past 6 to 8 weeks, WayMo self-driving cars, sometimes more than 50 a day, have been driving down the street, hitting the dead end, doing a multi-point turn, and then driving out of the neighborhood.
Check me here.
Yeah.
Are these out of the WayMo self-driving cars? Are they often in the WayMo self-driving cars? Are they get the hell out of my WayMo self-driving cars? I could do this all night.
Yeah, I know you could. Yeah. One resident said that during the day you can see a car drive past as frequently as every 5 minutes, and that this happens at all hours of the day and night.
Oh, sweet Lord.
And apparently, while they are self-driving cars, there are actual drivers in them who could take over if something went wrong, but are just there to sort of monitor the car. And when the residents have gone to the drivers and like tapped on the window, like, why are you driving down? Like, what? The answer is, I don't know. Cars are programmed. We go where we go.
Are there passengers in these cars?
Sometimes not. Yeah. Yeah. And when asked by the media, WayMo said, we continually adjust to dynamic San Francisco road rules. In this case, cars traveling north of California on 15th Avenue have to take a U-turn due to the presence of a slow street signage on Lake. So the WayMo driver was obeying the same rules of the road that any car is required to follow. Yeah. So all you need to do is you're going to go down, you're going to make a U-turn, and then you're going to go down a dead end, and you're going to make another U-turn, and then you're going to go out, and then you're going to go back the way that you came. It's just what any driver would do. No, it's not. No. I'm just thinking, though, you're just sitting there, you're working from home. You're like, WayMo driver. That's weird. I mean, it's a dead end. It's one block and it's a dead end street. Wonder who's getting dropped off. Whatever. There's another car. There's another. What the? Is it? Do we need to turn the microwave off or something? Is there? Anyway, that's a thing. And hopefully, I'm powered by Google Maps. Good luck with that. Anyway.
music is Happy Boy by Kevin MacLeod. It's available on Incompetech.com under a Creative Commons Attribution license. You can subscribe to Talking to Todd on Overcast or Apple Podcast or Spotify or Podbean. Wherever you get your pods, just search Talkin' and the number 2, no G, no space. We have a page on Facebook. You can tweet us on Facebook. You can check out our award-winning merch on Zazzle. You can leave us a voicemail at 515, also CPA. That's 515-257-6272. Support for the editing of this podcast was brought to you by toddlers number 3187 and number 17 and the Tuba City Home Office. Stop by and
museum.
See us. Oh, and museum. And museum. Yes, please don't do that. And the website, as always, is talkingtotodd.com. Thanks to our listeners, especially the new ones. Please tell your friends and send us your feedback at feedback@talkingtotodd.com, even though no one does that. Todd?
All right. So the ingredients for vegan Baconnaise. Hopefully we're not going to get in trouble with revealing this trade secret.
Or vegans.
Yeah.
Or Mayo lovers.
Well,
or pigs.
Here's the thing. I think if you're a Mayo lover or a bacon lover, you don't have to worry about it, because here's what's in the vegan Baconnaise. It is 72% oil. So it's rapeseed oil, which is 72% of it. It's oil, water, spirit vinegar, sugar, smoked dextrose, (dextrose, smoke.
Whoa. Smoked? How do you smoke? Smoked dextrose?
Yeah. I don't. It's an EU thing. Salt. This one's concerning. Oh, I see how they get you now. It's modified cornstarch. How did we modify it? We put bacon in it. There you go. It's modified. Yeah.
Problem solved.
Boom. Hey, we nailed the taste problem.
Cornstarch. Oh, sweet Lord.
It also includes spices, natural flavorings containing, in all caps, mustard, lemon juice concentrate, and antioxidant, (calcium disodium, all caps, EDTA, which I believe is a way that you figure out a balance sheet on a public company. Anyway, so there you go.
Did you say spices? Just generic spices.
Just spices.
I bet. How much you want to bet one of those spices is bacon?
We put the bacon in the modified cornstarch. But you know what this is? You know what this is missing? More bacon. Hell yeah.
More bacon.
Yeah.
Oh,
and by the way, on here, the first question on this site says, so this is vegan Mayo Baconnaise, and the first question is this gluten free?
Oh my God, I give up. Oh, I give up. Oh. I have no close. Generally, I can find a close at the end of this, but I can't. I simply can't. Hey, send us your bacon or your mayonnaise, but certainly not both. We'll talk about it right here next time on Talking to Todd.
Hellmann's Vegan Mayo is the #1 vegan mayonnaise on the market. How big a market is that? How many people are producing this?
I'm telling you, we can corner this market. If we could just come up with Talking to Todd vegan mayonnaise, I'm telling you, we could take this thing over. It's all ours. business opportunity.